the best money-making skill ever. Hey, what's up? This is Pete Scott here, and in this video, if you want to make more money, then guess what? You are in the right place, because over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you the number one skill. The one that you can take into any industry, you can even take into any country, and provided you can speak the language, if you know the skill and you can master it, then within a few short weeks, worst case scenario, a few short months, you can create a solid income for yourself. Now think about it, in today's world, why is it so important to have a powerful money-making skill? Well, it's because a lot of people feel trapped in their jobs today. And the reason why they don't leave their job and go and do something that they love or even enjoy is because the fear of how else will they make money. We've been taught in school that you need to work hard and get a good job, and then from there get a good salary. But as many of us have found out throughout the years, that's kind of a bum deal, and it's pretty much a broken system that we can get caught up in and fall into. And then one day you wake up and you're like, geez, I'm 40 years old and I've just worked in a job for the last 20 years and it's not what I would choose to do with my life. This video really is not just about creating a money-making skill, it's about you having more freedom in your life so you can do the things that you love with the people that you love, and you can pretty much just make that impact in the world in the thing that you care about. What is this skill that can literally transform your life and create an income on demand for you? And by the way, if you're earning a reasonable wage, once you master this skill, you can pretty much, I won't say easily, but you can definitely start to use this skill to replace your income relatively quickly. So this skill, what is it? Well, it is the ability and the skill of sales. If you have the ability to sell and you can step into any market and you can sell, you can always create an income for yourself. And people challenge me on this immediately and say, Pete, but I'm just not a salesperson, right? I don't like selling. But the truth is that in life, we are always selling. The chances are in the last month, you've recommended a restaurant to a friend, or you've recommended a movie to go and watch to a colleague. What are you doing in that moment? You are influencing. You are influencing that person to also go to that restaurant. You are inspiring that person to say, you've got to check out this movie. And what do you get in return for it? Yeah, sure, you get to feel good that you made a recommendation for that person to go and do something different with their day or their evening. But the reward you get for it is really just the feeling. You're not getting a monetary reward. Where we move from influence to sales is that, quite simply, we're doing the same thing, but all we're adding is a commission for it or a income for it. And that's where people start to get a little bit funny because their beliefs around money, so on and so forth. But what I want to do is just eliminate the negative beliefs that we have around sales people, because salespeople or sales professionals it really is the most undervalued skill on planet Earth. How many degrees can you do in sales? The answer is not many. You can do a degree in marketing, you can do a degree in becoming an architect, you can do a degree in so many different walks of life. But when it comes to sales, it's one of those jobs that a lot of people who have degrees, and then they can't get a job doing the thing they got the degree in, they end up in a sales job. So it's kind of looked down upon, frowned upon, so on and so forth. And it doesn't help that when we think of a salesperson, we think of someone who's fast talking, we think of someone with big collars, a cigar, and then the briefcase. But you know already that is not a salesperson today. Yeah, sure, in the 1990s, it may have been a salesperson, and that's the vision that has stuck with us over these years. But one of the reasons why people have conflict with selling is because they want to serve, they want to make a difference, and they say, yeah, I'd love to sell more of my product, but I don't want to become that. Here's the good news. As I mentioned briefly, that is what a salesperson isn't. All of those things, yeah? So you don't want to be that. They are the traits today of a very unsuccessful salesperson. The traits of a successful salesperson in today's market is someone who can listen, someone who can inspire and educate, and it's somebody who has empathy, who understands what that customer is going through and what their goals might be and how to recommend the right product or service to help that person reach their goals. So it's actually quite fun to be a salesperson in today's world. Now, I'm not even saying that you need to become a sales professional or a salesperson, but if you can just learn the skill of selling, whatever it is that you want to sell, if you want to start a business or you want to just recommend somebody else's product, then you need to be able to sell it. Think about it this way. If you have an amazing product, best product that money can buy, but you haven't got the skill of selling, how successful are you going to be? Versus you've got an average product, and the difference is you've mastered the art and the science of selling, and you understand what triggers people, what gets them to say yes, and which one are you going to be more successful with, the amazing product or the average product. But the amazing product where you can't sell, or the average product where you can sell? Well, we know already that you bought average products before because the salesperson spoke to you in a way that really got you excited and got you engaged in what they were talking about. And you said, you know what, forget my budget, I'm going to spend a lot more money than I originally anticipated. I don't recommend you go out there and you find an average product. What I recommend is these two things. Number one, that you find something that you love to sell, that you really believe in, and you know that it makes the life of the customer better. So that's the first thing. So sell ethically. But then number two, rather than just going out there and trying to push the product on the basis that it's a great product, well, here's the deal. There are thousands of great products out there today. So why should somebody buy from you? The reason why they're going to buy from you is because of you, because people buy people first and foremost. And in fact, the more you talk about the product, the less likely you are to sell it. You are much better off being a people expert than being a product expert. Are you with me? So what can you do in your life from today to actually start selling, to actually start thriving? Because here's my situation. I used to be the worst salesperson ever. I was actually bottom out of 299 out of 300 people in my company in sales performance. I was pretty much fired, and then it was only because I sat down with my manager and I said, what can I do to turn this around? Because I didn't want to leave my job. I was at a point in my life where I actually really needed to make that work. And my manager joked with me and said, well, if by some miracle you can turn your performance around in 2 weeks, then we'll keep you. So what I did at the time is I used my initiative, I got resourceful, and I contacted the top performer in the company. And I said, hey, listen, you don't know me because I'm right at the bottom of the pile, but I know you because you've been top of the company for every single month that I've been here. So if there's any advice or if there's any tips that you can give me so I can improve my sales skills and actually keep my job, then I would love to hear what you've got to say. Long story short, the guy contacted me, he arranged to have a meeting with me, we sat down, and it was like he knew my entire life. He knew what I was getting up to on the weekends, he knew that I was partying instead of actually working on my sales skills and understanding how people think better. He recommended some books for me to read, and then he gave me some amazing advice for me to get out there and start selling. I didn't become the top salesperson the following week, but the following week I went from 299th in the company to about 100th in the company. So I literally leapfrogged into a place of safety, and it was enough to keep my job. Over 6 months, I slowly climbed the ladders, and I too became one of the top salespeople in the company. But after I left that job, I learned that this skill is transferable to any industry, and I started moving into different industries and selling different products, selling services for other companies and getting a great commission in return. And through this art and science of selling, it changed my life because I never needed to worry about, oh my goodness, I need to now go and get a job that I hate. Because I've always known that employment isn't for me. Employment might be for you, but hey, for me and for a lot of other people that I know, met through the years, employment isn't for them. They want to set up their own business, or they want to be a freelancer. They want to travel the world and get paid along the way. Well, it's a nice thought, right? You can rely on one of two strategies. Strategy number one is the hopefully strategy. Hopefully I can find something that I love, and hopefully it pays well, and hopefully it will work out in the end. So I don't believe in hopefully. That I believe in, I want to find a product or service that I love, and then from there I want to be able to sell it successfully. And even if that product, for example, was no longer in use, then I want to be able to step into something else and be able to take my skills of selling into that industry or that product and be able to equally sell it with success the following week. So if you're feeling trapped right now, if you're feeling frustrated, or you're feeling caught up in your job, or you're feeling the fear of setting up your own business, then I highly recommend what you do is you learn the art and the science of sales. Selling is that number one thing that can be a difference. Right now, you might be running your own business. You might be a freelancer, but you're not getting enough customers. You're not able to convert enough of those prospects into profit. What I want you to do at this point is ask yourself this question. If you were to take your current skill level when it comes to sales and you were to able to massively increase it and sell easily, sell with confidence and certainty and conviction, how would that change your career? How would that change your business, and how would it ultimately change your life? So that's my thoughts for today. This is exactly why I run an academy where this is what we do. We teach people the art, the science of sales so they can go on and actually do the business that they love and make some money doing it. Not some money, they can make a lot of money along the way, and the more money they make, the more customers they can serve. So that's my passion. That's the one thing that I care about. What do you care about? What are you trying to make a difference with? Because whatever it is, here's the answer. You've got to be able to sell it. Thank you so much for joining me in another daily YouTube video. Comment below, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.